Welcome to Skill Solutions. Today we'll be discussing about human resource planning. Definition of HR planning. Human resource planning is the process of ensuring that the organization has the right number of people, the right type of people, at the right time, at the right place. It is the core process of human resource management of an organization to achieve the objectives of the company. Objectives of HR planning. We can identify a lot of objectives of human resource planning as to ensure optimum use of human resources of the company, to forecast future requirements of the organization, and to cope with changes in an organization or environment, and to assist in the recruitment and selection process, to maintain productivity at every level, to implement an effective employee development program, to establish good industrial relations between employees and employer, and to maintain and reduce labor cost of the company. HR planning process. There are few steps of the HR planning process. First step is to analyzing organization objectives and plans. Then converting corporate objectives to HR planning objectives. After that, forecasting future human resource needs and to assess the current human resource supply and to do a comparison of human resource demand and supply and to identify human resource gaps and to monitor, control and evaluate the human resource planning effort at the end. Key steps of human resource planning. Analyzing organizational objectives and plans. The first step in human resource planning is analyzing organizational objectives and plans. The objective of human resource planning is matching employees' abilities to enterprise requirements with an emphasis on the future instead of present arrangements. Converting corporate objectives to HR planning objectives. It is important to create human resource planning objectives based on the corporate objectives. Forecasting future human resource needs. Forecasting is made based on the corporate and functional plans, future activity levels, and future needs of human resources in the organization. Assessing current HR supply. The main objective of human resource planning is to avoid overstaffing and understaffing of an organization. This stage of the process refers to assessing the stock of existing human resources. This could execute with an HR skill inventory that assess the present and the potential capabilities of the present employees qualitatively and quantitatively. Action plan to fill human resource gaps. Once the HR gaps are identified, action plans are developed to bridge the gaps. Finally, monitoring, control, and evaluate human resource planning effort. Once the action plans are implemented, the human resource structure and system needs to be reviewed and regulated periodically. This involves the allocation and utilization of human resources over time. Forecasting future human resource demand. Human resource demand is assessed by using forecasting. Based on the future activities of the organization, human resource forecast will be assessed. Few factors need to be considered in forecasting future human resource demand. Factors affecting future human resource demand. Demand for goods and services. The demand for goods and services that an organization produces has a direct impact on the human resource demand. An increase in demand for products will increase the demand for additional human resources. The objectives and the strategic plans of the organization. Objectives and the strategic plans of the company is a major factor to consider in human resource planning. The long-term objectives of the organization, such as introduction of new products, venturing into new markets, new production methods, etc., need to be considered in your human resource planning. Changes in production methods. Changes in production methods have a direct influence over human resource planning. For an example, when production method changes from labor intensive to capital intensive, the human resource demand reduces. Retirement, resignation, leave, and death. Finally, external factors. External factors such as economic, social, political, technical, and legal factors in the environment may also influence the future demand for human resources. Managing shortage and surplus of human resources. To avoid a surplus, stop recruitment, transferring excess employees to vacant positions, stop overtime, and introduce a VRS. To avoid a shortage, introduce or increase overtime, contract workers, outsource, training and development of employees and assessing of additional responsibilities, and invest on automation. Thank you.